Hello, hello. Welcome and good morning, beautiful soul. My name is Gandhi Bartlett, if you're new to me, and I am a manifestation expert, a master mindset coach, and a modern mystic, helping women like you define and manifest their dreams. What does that mean in real talk? It means I'm helping you maximize your income and your happiness so you can show up in an authentic way and grow your business and achieve the success that you've been dreaming of. I'm obsessed with helping you achieve everything you once thought was impossible. And if you're looking to massively up level your life, your finances, your relationships, and your success, then you're in the right place. My goal is to help you see the infinite potential within yourself so that you can see what's possible and manifest your heart's desire. Think of this as your weekly dose of mindset and personal development to help you maximize who you are and where you're going. So leave it to me to provide the tools, the resources, and the strategies to teach you how to manifest a life you really love. Does that sound okay? So let's move on. Today we are talking about, first off, we're going to have fun today. I love to have fun and I giggle a lot. So sometimes when people are in my energy, things start to shift. Just FYI, if that starts to happen for you, let me know. I'd love to get feedback on things that are shifting for people after they've interacted with me. Anyways, 5 ways to practice regular self-care. And I've got a cheat sheet here so that I don't miss anything that I want to share with you. The first one, and this is 5 ways to practice regular self-care, even though you think you don't have time, right? So the things that I'm going to mention today are things that don't take a lot of effort, don't take a lot of time, and that you can add to other things in your schedule so that they actually happen and they become new habits that you form. So the first one is journaling. And I used to be a hater of journaling. And still, it's not my favorite thing. But the thing about journaling, when you're starting your kind of spiritual journey and you're in an awakening state and you're just a beginner, and even if you're not just a beginner, but you're more advanced, it's a way to tap into conversations that are happening inside your head, the conversation that will reveal what limiting beliefs you have, places where you're holding yourself back or you won't let yourself have the things that you really would love to manifest, the things you desire, right? So journaling can be key to that. And I do have some prompts if you want that to message me and I can give you some prompts for journaling that are helpful. So journaling is about self-awareness. And we all know that self-awareness is the key, the first step to changing anything in our lives, right? So what are we talking about? You could spend 5 to 15 minutes journaling if you did it first thing in the morning and you just got stuff out of your head. It makes space for more information, more intuitive downloads to happen for you. And wouldn't that be okay if things got easier? And things just got downloaded. But the thing is, we're so full of information, we don't even realize what's going on. And we have all these to-do lists in our head. We could just dump them out in our journal, right? Or we could start asking ourselves questions like, what is it I really love? Where am I holding myself back, right? Who is it I would love to become? What would that look like? What does she do, right? So start asking yourself some questions through journaling and start to really uncover who you are because you're beautiful. So give journaling a fair try, or fair trial, right? Give it a go and see what's going to happen. Let's see here. I'm trying to look on my phone because I don't think, I just want to make sure that I can see people's comments, but I am having trouble with that. Anyways, if you're here, let me know in the comments. If you have questions as we go through, or you're having challenges with these different things, let me know. And I'm happy to give you some feedback or some help or assistance or some strategies to make things easier or simpler for you. So what are the benefits of journaling? It improves your memory. It expands your ability to be self-aware. So you know when you're getting in your own way. So you know when something from the past is blocking your moving forward, which is huge, right? A lot of us are not aware that experiences and traumas are holding us back. And journaling is one way to reveal that. You may just know already, right? But you may not know what to do about it. So it can help us retrieve and access ideas. Hey, Nayan, hello. I'm glad that you're here. Let's move on to number 2. Thank you for joining me. Number 2 of the self-care strategies is to establish a quitting time and stick to it. Now, this is really difficult if you work from home or if you're, solopreneur, an entrepreneur who's on their own. It's really important that you have a cutoff date, that you leave your office, that you don't just keep checking your phone or your iPad or whatever it is. You have a cutoff time and you stick to it no matter what. And it sounds really simple, but it can be difficult if you're in a state of kind of overworking, overgiving. This is really imperative to be aware of this, to be aware of when it's difficult for you to stop, right? So that you can kind of start to get into that space of allowing so that you can relax and chill out, because that's the space, the chilling out, the relaxation. That's where the manifesting really starts to bubble up and synchronicities start to happen, but not when we're in a crunkle. Is what I like to call it, a crunkle where you can't relax, where you're hyped up all the time, where you can't just let yourself down, right? In a good way. Okay. So stick to a quitting time, put it in your schedule, put an alarm on it if you have to. And then the third thing is to clear your calendar if, for instance, if you're a coach or you're a healer and you're seeing clients all the time, block out time where there isn't any interaction with clients, where you just have time to do what you need to do behind the scenes in your business or do self-care. Actually schedule it. Oh, yeah. Nayan says, definitely need to practice quitting time. I think we all do, because as women, we are just programmed to give and give and give, right? And part of this whole thing about self-awareness is to see where that's happening, to see where you're giving so much that you're depleting yourself, you're abandoning yourself, you're sacrificing your own happiness, right? So it's all just about self-awareness, and it's doing it in a way that's really loving and kind to ourselves. So if you are one of those people that is really hard on yourself, I encourage you to put the stick down today. Put the stick down. So the number 4 thing I want to share with you that's self-care, and it also can be used with journaling, is one of my favorite tools for kind of resetting your emotional set point. So if you're stressed out, if you're having a lot of anxiety, if you're worrying a lot about things, if you're feeling really overwhelmed, this is for you. Okay. So it's essential oils and it's tapping. Now, if you are watching this and you are in my Facebook group, there is actually a downloadable guide on how to do tapping with the use of essential oils. And I always say use essential oils first and then do the tapping. And the reason is because tapping is a way to rewire the brain. And essential oils are amazing because when you smell an oil, the sense of smell is the only sense that's directly wired to your brain in this way, where immediately you smell something. You've had this happen before. You smell something and it brings back a memory. Well, it's directly connected to your brain. So when you smell an essential oil that's designated for releasing a negative emotion, and you do that first, the emotion has already, the negative emotion or the limiting belief or whatever it is that's your challenge or obstacle has already started to dissolve. By the time you get to the tapping, it's released all the way, and it doesn't take very much time. So here's the news flash about this, is that healing doesn't have to take a long time. Changing your thought patterns doesn't have to take a long time. Transforming your life doesn't have to take a long time. And even if there's trauma, It doesn't have to take a long time. You just have to find somebody that knows what they're doing to help guide you through it. Um, so I'll give you an example of this essential oils and tapping. And I've used this a lot. So if you've heard this story before, sorry about that, but I'm going to say it again. So I had a client come in to see me, and she was going through a bankruptcy, and she hadn't slept in 3 days. And this was back in the days when I was just learning about essential oils. I didn't really know how they worked. And I just got an intuitive nudge when I was working with her to use a certain oil, wild orange, actually. So she came in and she said, I'm really upset about this bankruptcy. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I'm not sure how I'm going to take care of my mother, who's elderly. I envision us living in my car. I'm not sure how we're going to eat hot meals or get showers or take care of our hygiene. She had some like really valid concerns, right? And she was incredibly upset. She was stressed out, beyond stressed out. And I said to her, because we were going to do tapping. So the first thing that we do is measure kind of what the intensity is of this emotion that you're feeling, right? On a scale of 0 to 10. So 0 is neutral. I'm all fine with everything. 10 is extremely painful. And she said to me, Condi, this is like a 10,000. I can't sleep at night. I can't think about anything else. I'm in torment all the time. I'm really struggling. And I said, okay, my scale only goes to 10, but I honor your 10,000. And then I got this nudge from spirit, and it's like, give her some wild orange oil, which at the time I didn't know was called the oil of abundance, but now I do, right? So I just put a drop in her hand, and I had her rub her hands together. And then I just had her cup her hands like this and take a few breaths, like maybe 3 or 4 breaths. And then I got a nudge again, and I said, can you check in and tell me where that 10,000 is? And she's like, it's about a 4. So this is what I'm talking about. It's not magic. It's actually science. There are chemicals in these essential oils that affect how your brain works and regulates. And tapping is a really effective way to rewire your brain so that it helps you achieve success and happiness. So at a 4, you can imagine it just took a few minutes to get her anxiety level down to a 0. Yes, she was still going through a bankruptcy. Yes, she still had these things to figure out. But don't you think that she was able to make better choices from this place of clarity and calmness? And even kind of there was a sense of confidence when she left the meeting. It was like, I can handle this. I know it's going to work out, is how she left that meeting. So these are really powerful tools. I know they sound really simple, but using this combination of tools, I call it the dynamic duo. It's one of the things that I have my clients in my Creating Divine Momentum Abundance Accelerator. I have them do tapping with essential oils every single day as part of their daily protocol. Their daily practice is what we call it, because it's so, it's so profound. And I wanted to list some of the things that tapping can be used for, because it can be used for emotional things, but also physical things like physical pain, for headaches, for anxiety, for weight gain, for sleep problems, for lack of motivation, for chronic pain, stomach issues, depression. And it's been proven to reduce stress. I'm reading off my notes here. Lower cortisol levels, which us ladies have trouble with, right? That growing midsection when you kind of are in menopause stage. Tapping can help reduce cortisol levels, which reduces that midsection growing. It can improve sleep, reduce anxiety, relieve pain, increase productivity, right? So this is like a powerhouse that I'm sharing with you. And using essential oils before you do tapping can 10x your results and give you relief a lot faster, right? There's no need for struggle. There's no need for sacrifice or being in a state of chaos in your life. Somebody said, I want that tapping dialogue for my mind section, my midsection. Yeah. I'm not sure who that Facebook user is. If you go above this video and I'm using StreamYard. So if you click the StreamYard link, it will let me know who you are. And I can see, actually, I can see the comments here. I'm really surprised. I'm going to move this out of the way. It's Poppy. Hi, Poppy. I'm glad that you joined me. Oh, man. So that dialogue for your midsection, I'll have to do a tapping script for that. Anyways, this leads us to number 5, which is consciously avoiding the negative. So our brains somehow, they're just naturally trained to kind of focus on the negative. And it makes sense because it's one of the ways that we stay safe, right? We stay away from tigers and bears and other things that might be lurking behind bushes or in a dark alley. But in order to reset that kind of reticular activating system is what it's called, we start to focus on the positive things more than the negative things. We can kind of retrain that, so we're not always so apt. If you've kind of gotten yourself in a mindset rut where everything is negative, this is for you. So, and there's no judgment about that. I love you. Okay, I've been there. I know what it's like. It's not fun. But here's how we start changing it. So we stop reading, watching, and listening to the news. I know this is a big deal because people think that that's a really good thing to listen to the news, to be appraised. Well, you can be appraised of what's going on in the world without watching an hour of the news. Because frankly, there is no good news in the news. It's all bad stuff. And it's going to make you feel what? Bad, which we cannot. If we're going to use the word, I can't afford it. This is the place. I can't afford to let myself get into a negative place where I'm watching, where I'm feeding my mind space, my emotional space with negative stuff. So stop watching negative TV shows. There are plenty of them out there. There are like all kinds of, what are those, like reality shows that are always awful. I haven't found like one that's like, oh, here, let's figure out how we can love each other more. That would be great. But no, there's always all this drama and people getting hurt. And so stop watching negative TV shows. This is just really getting yourself aligned is what this is about. When you're in alignment, things manifest faster for you. So turn down invitations to hang out with negative friends. If you've got friends that are not keeping you in a space of alignment, that are not challenging you to grow, that are not feeding your soul, don't do it. Unfollow whiners on social media, people that complain a lot. Stay away from people that complain a lot because that's contagious. So is negativity, right? Ditch negative self-talk. It all kinds of winds back to that journaling thing. And the thing is, if you are adverse to journaling, you can just start listening to your own thoughts and questioning, is that really true? When you say something that's ridiculous, right? And then pay attention when somebody compliments you, when somebody says, I see you, thank you, I appreciate you, you're wonderful, right? Like I'm going to do right now. Thank you for showing up here live with me. Thank you for watching this replay. Thank you for commenting in the comments. I appreciate you, right? What do you say? Thank you. Thank you. So let me recap the 5 ways to practice regular self-care, even though you think you don't have time, because there's nothing more important than self-care. There really is not. And it affects what shows up when you're manifesting. If you have poor self-care, of course, because we're not manifesting from a place of our thoughts in a way that it all is about what we're thinking. It's about how we're showing up. So if we're showing up in a way where we're not caring for ourselves, where we let other people go over our boundaries, break through our boundaries. We aren't able to show up in an authentic way with ourselves if we are abandoning ourselves and who we really are and what we need. And I'm going to use that word need today in terms of human needs. Like, what is it? What would it take for you to be happy? Right? That's essential. So let me go through the list. Number 1 is journaling for 5 to 15 minutes a day. Just do a brain dump. Let stuff out of your head. Start asking questions about what it is you would really love to experience. What would you love your life to look like? What's not working? How would you like it to work? Right? What relationships are you in that require improvement? Are there boundaries that have to be set for you to be fulfilled and happy and satisfied, right? So journaling can be a really good thing. And the best thing about it is that you're becoming more self-aware. You're becoming every day more yourself, which is what I want for you. I know I said want, another word, what I desire for you. Number 2 is establish a quitting time and stick to it. Don't waver. Put it in your schedule. That's it. Clear your calendar. If you're a coach or a healer, don't be seeing people 5, 6, 7 days a week. Clear a couple of days in your calendar to do other things, especially self-care and recharging yourself and aligning yourself. And then the 4th thing is essential oils and tapping. Try that every day. Do it every day. Don't try. Just do it every day. And if you don't know what essential oil to use, I would recommend using wild orange or using geranium, because those 2 work on just about every single emotional limitation or belief or negative emotion, I guess you would say. And then number 5, consciously avoid the negative. Stop feeding yourself negative, junky crap. Stop going to websites that make you feel bad. Stop listening to podcasts or news or friends that make you feel bad. And start filling yourself up. Fill your cup up so that then you can help other people from the overflow, right? With your cup full. So before I let you go, before I close out today, I'd love to invite you to my self-care workshop that's coming up. And it is called the Empower Your Mind, Body, and Spirit, the Ultimate Workshop for Women. And it's next Wednesday from like noon to 2 o'clock. It probably is going to run an hour and a half to 2 hours. Why would you want to come? Because just imagine being able to bring happiness, calm, and purpose back into your life, to stop feeling overwhelmed and recharge your energy, to honor yourself by saying no when you mean no and not say yes, to kick fear, guilt, obligation, and resentment to the curb. The best thing about this workshop is I'm going to be doing a lot of the work for you. I'm going to be taking you through this process that's incredibly effective at scrubbing away the things that actually cause self-care sabotage. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you want to do a certain thing, but you can never do it. Like, you want to go do yoga, but it never happens. You want to drink more water, but you can't seem to make yourself do that. You want to call that person back, but it doesn't happen, right? Those things. So I'm going to take you through this process. It's a guided sort of mental process that teaches your subconscious mind to clear itself of these things that cause struggle and sacrifice and overwhelm. So I hope that you join me. It's a whole whopping $27, which is kind of funny, but I would like to get this out to as many people as possible. So if you have a friend that you would like to bring with you to this thing, of course it's going to be fun. I'm doing it, right? It's not going to be a drudgery. We're going to have fun. You're going to get more clarity than you have ever had about yourself and your future and self-care in a whole new way. So come and join me. If you are here on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. I'm here every week, and I am dropping manifesting tips, mindset hacks, and stuff for you to have the life that you dream of. So follow me for more, and I'll be back here. Poppy says, you're always fun. It's an essential for me. I can't do this any other way. So join me next Wednesday in this workshop. It's going to be phenomenal. Like I said, invite a friend, subscribe, and also click the little bell for notification if you're here on YouTube and you want to get more insight on how you can live the life of your dreams. Anyways, bye y'all, and I'll see you next week. Much love to you. Bye.